Hey guys, you are now listening to the Lucid podcast.
Hello, everyone. So I have a story about. Well, it's not much of a story. This started way before this, but uh, so I get comments from time to time that are like, "Look, hey, dude, I like your channel. I gave it a like, subscribe, whatever. But you should really go to this website to help grow your channel." And it's like they give a link, and it's like, okay, or they'll say what it is. So usually links I don't really click on, but if they just say what it is, I'll look it up. And I look it up, and I see all this shit that's like, oh yeah, don't use this website. It's a scam. It either doesn't give you anything, or you pay money and it gives you bots. And it's like, it'll give you a lot of bots too, like hundreds of bots for like I don't know how much money. But yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna pay money for not even fake viewers, I guess, and no engagement, because it's all about engagement. If no one's interacting with your stuff, then then what does it matter? What's the point in having the subscriber, like? So
Yeah,
I see those all the time, and I'm sure they exist for like streamers too. I don't know if that's true, but I'm sure those are there for Twitch and shit too. Yeah, like I don't know if anyone even actually uses these like sites, because they cost a lot of money. Last one I looked at was like $50 for like not even that many subs, and like yeah. So I don't know if anyone even uses those. I don't even know what the point in telling someone to use those are.
I'm sure
Um,
people use them.
yeah, people probably do. If they're desperate, like if you really want subscribers, like you have, yeah. I guess sometimes people will see a channel with a good amount of subscribers, and if they have that much, they'll be like, oh, a lot of other people like this channel, so maybe I'll like this channel. Like that's a valid thing that people think, so maybe that's what they think. If they see me with a lot of subscribers, maybe other people will want to subscribe too. I guess that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, at least at the start, people will probably be more attracted until you have the people that get mad about it. Like half of his user base is fake. Don't support him because he's a liar. Like that type of shit goes on a lot.
Yeah, right. And also, your analytics would be terrible. Like you'll look at them and you'll be like, oh, so like 70% of my audience doesn't watch my videos or like them or anything. It's like, that's just horrible.
Yeah, and then that might be harder to get out of than just not having subscribers. Because at least if you don't have subscribers, you can grow and get some and get more.
Yeah.
But if people view you as a somebody just trying to just have a bunch of fake and hollow viewership, people
Yeah.
attract stuff like that, like with anger.
Yeah, for sure. Like if they find out you're doing that shit, it's not gonna blow over well.
Yeah. And, I mean, even that, at least you have people probably talking about your channel saying, this guy has 50K subs, but he only gets 2,000 when he views when he drops a video. So
Yeah, right.
but then you're covering the person, so then people are gonna go there and give you more views. Maybe not the whole viewership of whatever channel is talking about you, but probably a little bit at least, if not a good portion.
Yeah.
Just to see why he's hating on you and see for themselves,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like I
that could be a good
definitely.
thing.
Yeah, I guess. Any amount of attention is good attention, kind of. But like not all of it. But yeah, I'd definitely rather have like 200 subscribers and get real views from those 200 than have like 5,000 and no one interacts with anything. Like, that's just stupid. Because at that point, you basically still have 200 subscribers anyway, because they don't watch anything. So
Yeah. Yeah, they have a small, committed fan base than a giant one that is wishy-washy.
yeah, I'm
Pretty much what
wondering
you're
now.
saying, right?
Wait, what?
That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm wondering if that's like a thing on Twitch. Like, I feel like that'd be really hard to implement on Twitch. Well, maybe not, but you'd have to give that person live viewers every time they went up live. So I don't know. That might be kind of hard to do.
Yeah, that sounds kind of hard to do. But yeah, so do you have any other experiences like scams or being scammed?
Not really. Just like those people doing that shit with the bots, like on YouTube. Like I see that pretty often. Like at least like maybe once every 2 months, which isn't super often, but that's like I don't get a ton of comments, so it kind of is pretty often for me.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Okay, yes. So one of them is the fact that I had this guy named Animated by Rob or something like that, like $50, I think, to make an animated music video for me. And I send him the money. I send him the song. I send him like a brief description of what I am expecting, kind of want, like, you know, if you can add certain stuff in. And I asked him, like, this guy said he's gonna get to it. I wait probably 2 or 3 weeks just so I'm not like pounding the dude, you know, trying to be nice about the shit. And I go down my fucking DMs, and motherfucker blocked me.
Wow, dude. That's ridiculous. I would be so pissed.
I did it. I think I did it through PayPal. I don't know if I did it through PayPal or Cash App, but either way, I didn't do it the way that you can recover your money and dispute the shit. So I was basically fucked, and I was out of that money.
Wow, that's so shitty.
Yeah, if you've heard of the dude, tell him to fuck off, because doing that, like, that's not cool.
Yeah, right. Did you see other stuff he's made in the past first?
Yeah, and it was alright, but it was what I would probably consider cheap for a music video. I didn't want to do it because me animating something would take a long time, and I pretty much know
that would take a really long time.
Yeah. I have no reason to do that. Like, I have no motivation to do that whatsoever.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That just takes too long.
Yeah, so that was that's pretty much why I was like, okay, I might add this guy or whatever, and, you know, see if I can do it, you know, keep that, you know, music video by him. But at the same time, he basically didn't just fuck me, he straight up scammed me.
Yeah, like, literally just scammed you. Like, what the fuck?
And I've talked to people that, like, you know, a bunch of people said they would put him on blast, but I don't see how that's not going to give me my money back. So I don't even fuck care, because
yeah, right. So what's the point, really? I mean, yeah, you should get some sort of repercussions, but you're still, like you said, you're not getting your money back. So
yeah. So I mean, he'd be getting fucked, but my situation wouldn't
get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like scumbags that do that shit. Like, I don't know, like, you don't know who to not trust, because if you see someone who makes something cool and you're like, oh, they clearly they do that to other people, so they'll probably do that for me. Like, they post their work and I'm like, okay, I want you to make that for me or whatever, and you do it and they just like do that shit. They just like block you and don't make it. It's just like, okay, like, really? Kind of makes
Yeah,
you
he
never
didn't
want to.
have a giant following or anything. It was like didn't really have that many subscribers or anything. Had about the same as me, probably, maybe a little bit more. And he maybe had like 8 posts, so he had enough that he at least made one video, maybe 2. But still, like, it's fucked. And especially, I think, like, buying beats from producers and shit like that, unless they have a website, that shit's really sketchy too, because A, you don't know whether they actually use samples and aren't telling you or whatever, and then you post it, and then you have a bunch of disputes, and then you have shit that's, not cool, kind of sitting on your fucking lap. Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah, like,
Or, you send them the money and they don't give you the shit.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. If you get scammed like that, it kind of makes you not want to trust like anyone with your shit. Like, but if you really want something done, like, you, like, I don't know. I guess you really just got to go to someone trusted, like, really trusted. You got to make sure that they're not gonna scam you and that they do this often. Because
Yeah.
I doubt someone would build up a whole backlog of work that they've done for people if they're just gonna scam new people. Like, I kind of doubt that.
Well, that's one thing too, is the fact that there's a lot of big artists that have been known to scam people, especially in hip hop. Like, I was
Like,
watching a video on young bands. People send me money for features, and then them saying, "All right, send me half front and then half later or whatever if you can." So then they get the first one. They say, "All right, send me the song." Then they get them to give them the second one, and then they just stop. Like, they fucking block them, or stop responding to them. Or they'll say, like, "I'm working on it," and they just keep saying that, and eventually stop talking to them. Like, shit like that happens. Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
yeah, complete scumbags. Like,
and it's a thing too, is most of these artists are somewhat big, or at least bigger, and watching the what was that? What was that in? Sorry, I got distracted.
what? What were you saying?
Yeah, I fucking got distracted as fuck.
You're
I'm sorry,
saying, big, some bigger artists do that scam shit too, apparently.
Yeah. So young bands, Dax. I know that there's more. I just don't know at the top of my head. There's plenty more. A lot of people are doing that scamming shit, and then even their managers will be on that scamming shit too. Like, for the young band situation, the manager, like, the guy eventually got in contact with the manager, and the manager said, "You should have went through me to do it, because then something like this wouldn't happen." And then he basically talked to him for a couple days, and then just ghosted him and said, "Not helping you," and then blocked him.
Wow.
So, pretty much, how to defend that is you make sure that you're using specific sites. Like, some people use, Cash App. I think there's one called Nell, and there's a couple other. Venmo. Use PayPal, and make sure that they put paying for goods and services, because that way you're getting taxed a couple dollars, but also you have protection, product protection. So if they don't deliver on whatever they said they're giving you, they're getting you're getting your fucking money back.
How does that work? Like, do they have to put forth something for them to get their money?
Yeah, they have to put forth the product
Okay.
that they offered.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Because then that'd be false advertising, or if you sent something that was completely off and just had nothing to do, or if you don't, that's literally stealing somebody's money because it's taxed and it's a direct thing through their website where the website taxes. So that means that that website just got money that wasn't theirs, that wasn't theirs to take. So then they're going to make sure that you get your money back because they want to keep that money. Whether you try and combat that, they'll say, "Well, we'll know the whole thing." PayPal doesn't want that. They want their sales tax money that they got.
Yeah, right.
Because that sales tax, some of that goes to them. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that they stay in business.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go on PayPal, you there?
Yeah.
You go on PayPal and you do friends or family, that's a gift is what that's considered then. You're either paying for a service or you're giving a gift. That's how, like, if you're a guy and you're paying child support, but you're not on child support or whatever, or you're not paying your child support, you're paying like under the table to her or something, or if like you guys have an agreement that she takes you to court for child support, you could say, well, I gave all this money, I even have it documented, and they'll say, well, you weren't on child support, so those are all just gifts. So she's not required to give you any money back, and you're going to have to pay child support regardless if you've been giving her money.
Yeah.
Even if you've been giving her more than what they've said is child support. So it's pretty much equal correlation. They wanted money. So if you fuck them over, they're going to get what's theirs regardless.
Yeah, right.
So would you rather say it's a gift and let the person possibly fuck you over? Or would you rather PayPal take a little bit extra to protect you from that situation happening?
Yeah, like they don't take that much money from you unless you're making like huge transactions. They really don't take a lot from you. Yeah, it's always with people who want to get big, and then it's always like, oh well, I can help you get big or something like that by doing this, and it's like, nope, I'm gonna screw you over. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And I think scam too, like how I don't know if anyone's like tried to get you as a brand ambassador for somewhere or something like that. Anything like that?
No.
Brand ambassador or like a collaborative, a collaborator, and do like where you're advertising their shit as part of your image and under your name kind of, and then they're basically taking advantage of that shit, or whatever they're giving you, or whatever they're like on my work, or I guess not my work, but my website's email. I have most of the people that are emailing me and going to my company email. I guess it would be considered because it's Slider Art, like CW at Slider Art or something. So businesses will contact me through that because technically that website, I guess you consider that a business website because it has to do with my art and music. And they're just ask you to collaborate or be like a sponsor or brand ambassador and shit like that, and it's like the one that has contacted me the most, and they contact me 3 separate times. They do like vitamin supplements or some shit, or like pre-workout shit. Like,
So
no,
what
I
do
don't
they
want to be
want?
a brand.
What do they want from you?
Want to collaborate with me and maybe like a brand ambassador or some shit. I was kind of like, I'm cool on that. No reason to really do that.
Yeah, that's kind of random.
Yeah, I just kind of like, what the fuck?
Like, I don't know. I feel like if I was, this is kind of off topic, but I feel like if I was to get like sponsors and stuff like that, a lot of them, like, I would definitely take like some of them, but if I don't believe in what they're like selling or whatever, I'm probably not going to take it. And I don't know, most people probably aren't like that. Most people are probably like, money is money, just do it. But like, I don't know, I'd rather be transparent and just like if it was like Raid Shadow Legends, for example, I'm, unless they're paying me big money, which honestly they probably are, but if they're not paying me big money, I'm probably not gonna do it because I don't play mobile games like at all.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If they're paying you a lot of money, that probably makes it different. Especially you're a smaller creator, or
Yeah,
at that point you might be just.
if they're paying a lot of money and you still want to be transparent, you could literally just be like, just do it, and then just be like, oh, to your fans, like, they paid me a lot of money, so I did it, and I'm a small channel trying to grow, so like, I'm pretty sure anyone can understand that. Especially on
Yeah.
YouTube nowadays, where people can't even say and can't say anything offensive at all, or else they'll get demonetized. Like, they need the money, so
Yeah. So if you have a sponsor, or you're probably gonna be like, please, 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 just give it to me. I don't care what I'm gonna say.
yeah,
You don't really have another option, especially if making videos is your livelihood, or streaming is your livelihood.
yeah, right,
What else are you gonna do?
yeah. Like, you kind of have to get sponsors, like, and a Patreon, I guess.
Yeah, and even then, like, you
Yeah,
have to have
even
something
then.
to offer people too. If you have a Patreon, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and it's hard to find like to make content that you want to like only give to Patreon members, because you make something cool, you want as many people to see it as possible, so you don't want to limit it and be like, I only want my patrons to see this. Like, you don't want to do that, so that's hard to like do. Give them something to pay you for, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it is one of those things with YouTube. Unless you're working for one of these like agencies, like I guess how I think Face Clan, that'd be considered like an agency, or how PewDiePie had problems with all these agencies that pay money for your videos and all this, and then eventually kind of just fuck you over and shit. And how in early YouTube, that's what bigger YouTubes were doing, but I don't know how prevalent that is nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, really.
I mean, if one of those companies said we want you to be on our roster and give you, $2,000 contract every month, you get $2,000. I mean, you'd probably take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
But also, I guess I would say you're making that much money, so regardless of the money that you're making on videos, they might be taking like a pretty big chunk of it or something. At that point,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true. Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
that's most of what the problem with a lot of those, drama that was going on was because they were taking, a lot of people's earnings.
Yeah, like Machinima. I remember they got Machinima. Do you remember them? They don't. I don't think they work with people anymore, but they were like a gaming just like a gaming network, and they had a lot of people on there, but people started leaving because they kept bumping up the amount of money that they take from people, and it got ridiculous, so everyone just stopped working with them. And that's exactly what they get. Like I don't even think they exist anymore. I can look that up actually, but I don't think they do. Oh yeah, February 2019 is when they stopped.
So I guess they, you get greedy, and people aren't gonna want to put up with that shit. So as soon as
Yeah,
you start acting like that, you're only gonna get away with so much and for so long before it ends up being a bad thing for you.
yeah, like it doesn't really matter how big of a company you are, like unless you're like something like massive, like Amazon or something. But if it's just like machinima, it's like no, like you're not gonna get away with that.
I don't know why you'd want to. Like, why are you gonna drive off? Especially because they were. I'm sure they were making pretty good money for themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. I doubt they were struggling. I doubt that's the reason that they bumped up their cut of the earnings. Like I don't know. I feel like they were doing fine.
I'm sure they were. So yeah, scams. Just dime a dozen. People do that shit. Like, people do that shit like it's the funnest thing to do in the world.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you think about it, well, depending on the type of people you're scamming, is I guess it's pretty easy to do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to do that shit. I feel like it's not really.
I don't know.
And then you got like rappers that literally fucking make songs about how they commit credit card fraud and steal people's identities and all sorts of this fucked up shit. And it's like, I really don't fuck with that shit. There's no way that I'd promote that shit. And like, because here's the thing: is you do shit like that, you could literally be stealing like a 7-year-old's identity and ruining their entire fucking future. So when they get old enough to do shit, their credit is fucking low, and you basically, make their life so much fucking harder that it's like,
Yeah, that's like not cool at all.
I'd say that that's worse than fucking murdering somebody.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like legitimately, because you're making somebody's quality of life like really fucking low and putting the odds against them really fucking bad for literally no fucking reason.
Yeah, right. Like, how could you just not have any like empathy toward someone doing that to someone? Like, I don't really get that.
Yeah, it's fucked up, really.
Like, that's like I can understand. Well, not really, but I can kind of understand just like scamming some people online, I guess. But if you're gonna ruin someone's life, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like they don't give a fuck, and they're saying it's a baseless crime, but like it's not a fucking baseless crime at all. You're fucking somebody's life up.
Yeah, right. Like what?
And it could be somebody that's like a fucking kid that hasn't even had any chance that they would have to use a fucking credit card or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, no, that's really fucked up. And to say that that's just like a faceless crime, no, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But there's a lot of them, a lot of rappers, and hip hop's the only genre that I hear people talking about committing insurance fraud and credit card fraud and shit like that. I can't think of any other like genres that have like songs about that.
What, like, are they like from the perspective of the people doing it? Like,
Yeah, like bragging about the
oh,
shit.
that's stupid. That's
Pretty much
really
saying, I just made a bag off the internet or whatever. And shit like that. It's kind of like, that really is kind of whatever.
Yeah, that's really fucking dumb. I don't know, rappers rap about a lot of stupid shit. Like, it's just like, why would you incriminate yourself, basically?
Yeah, it's just fucking dumb as fuck.
Like, there's been a couple. I mean, I don't really know like hip hop and stuff like that, but I do know there's been quite a few people who've gotten arrested because they've just the stuff they talk about is just self-incriminating, and it just
Yeah, dumb shit. It's I wouldn't say it's a frequent thing, but it's like something that it definitely happens. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about that? I think it's just like, yeah, why? Like, fucking why? Just why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, what? I don't know. Like, do you think you're gonna be like praised because you like you're cool or some shit because you talked about that? Like, I don't really understand the benefit in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's directly saying that you did something fucked. Like,
Yeah,
so,
that can't have any good consequences unless they honestly think that they're like cool for doing that.
yeah, it's kind of just like, fucking why? Like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of one of those things. What do you think, man? Do you just think that that shit is about the same fucking faceless? Like, you're just making yourself seem kind of like a douchebag, really.
Yeah. If anything, you're probably turning people off. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fucking lame, really.
yeah, I don't see I don't see like metal bands doing that or anything. Like, but I could be completely wrong about that. Maybe they do, but I don't. I only see like rappers and shit doing that.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a couple metal bands that do that.
Yeah, there's probably some out there.
People scam, and then you have people that do like placements on Instagram and be like, I'll do whatever. It's kind of like that's a fucking joke. And then people sell accounts and do all this shit to get a little bit of like a following, and they sell the account. So then like all your followers are basically, you're not gonna hit anything organic at all, pretty much.
Yeah,
And I mean that's not really scamming. That's just kind of like you're fucked type of thing.
yeah, like, and you're pretty stupid.
Yeah, I mean I see the appeal to it. Like if you buy an account that's, I don't fucking know. Like you're benefiting yourself, I guess, but you're also taking a risk.
Yeah, you are.
So I guess it just depends on whether you want to take that risk or not. Well, same with the whole like thing with the bots. That's basically the same thing, except it's you're putting this in a YouTube perspective or something.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're doing it what we're talking about, that's different.
yeah. It's like, I don't know if you're if someone was making a song about how they constantly scam people on YouTube, I don't think it would be any different. Like, I probably have the same like the same kind of reaction.
Yeah, people will say this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would be pretty pissed, if I heard someone. I just fucking scam this guy, and you'd be like, you're a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah, it's just like kind of
Nothing
like,
about that's cool.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, are you serious? I mean, it's one thing, like, you know, I learned my lesson, so I'm not gonna do that shit ever again.
Yeah,
But,
right.
you know, fucking, I'm not cool with shit at all. If you do it enough, I think everyone would just be fucking straight tired of you and be like,
I mean, if you do it, I feel like if you do it at all and then kind of brag about it, it's like just as bad as if you did it a lot. Like, I don't know.
well, I mean, anytime you're straight up taking advantage of people, like, can you really defend? Can you figure out any way to defend taking advantage of people?
I mean, not really.
Because I don't know how you justify that in any situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could be wrong. I mean, can you think of any reason?
No, I don't know. Unless that person was like deserved it or something. Well, guys, this was Lucid Rain, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.